Please welcome to the stage the CEO of Google.
Good morning, everyone. And within Google and Alphabet, games play a big part in developing our own technology. The best example I can think of is how we are making progress on AI. DeepMind's AlphaZero uses self-play to learn from scratch and master games like chess, shogi, and Go. More recently, AlphaStar became the first AI to defeat a top professional player at StarCraft 2. So now we are focused on our next big effort, which is to build a game platform for everyone. But if you think about games, there are a lot of barriers for users to play high-end games. Beautiful graphics really need high-end consoles or PCs, and games don't have instant access. Think about the way the web works. You can easily share a link, and it works seamlessly. We want games to feel that way too.
Our vision for Stadia is simple. One place for all the ways we play. Today, our industry captivates over 2 billion players from all around the world. Games are now the single biggest form of entertainment on the planet. Hundreds of millions of people watch gaming content every single day on YouTube. But those two worlds are mostly disconnected, fragmented, and often independent of each other. Our vision is to bring those worlds closer together. We offer a truly unique opportunity to combine these worlds. Imagine you are watching games on YouTube, and you will notice the Play Now button. By simply clicking on that button, the player is brought directly into the game in a browser in as quick as 5 seconds, with no download, no patch, no update, and no install. With Stadia, this waiting game will be a thing of the past. But wouldn't it be even more magical if that same game and that same instant experience could be available across any screen type in your life? At launch, we'll support being able to play games across desktops, laptops, TV, tablets, and phones. This new generation of gaming is not a box. With Stadia, the data center is your platform. There is no console that limits the developer's creative ideas, and no console that limits where gamers can play. This is not a concept, it's not a test, this is real. And here it is on a Pixelbook running the Chrome OS. There is basically no hardware acceleration on that laptop whatsoever, and the game is running directly from our data center. It's then easy and instantaneous to move that same game experience from exactly that moment onto the phone, here on a Pixel 3 XL. And then finally, we then move seamlessly to the TV. And so this TV is accessed using this, which is a Chromecast Ultra HDMI streamer. There is no console required to reach this experience. But of course, we will have our own controller that has been uniquely designed to enhance the experience for the Stadia player, is that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google data center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud, ensuring the highest possible performance and the best experience for players. The Stadia controller features 2 very important new buttons. The gamer can choose to share their experiences starting with a click of this button. And the second one is the Google Assistant button. Pressing this button allows players to immediately access the controller's built-in microphone so they can get help from the assistant for special in-game features integrated by developers. Take this example from our friends at Crystal Dynamics with Rise of the Tomb Raider. When the player gets stuck on a level, like me, instead of grabbing a laptop or a phone, they just need to push the button on the Stadia controller to get help from the Google Assistant. And next, we'll take a look at the incredible computing power we have custom built into our data centers that will further accelerate innovation.
Each of Stadia's data center is composed of interconnected racks that deliver the high-powered graphics, memory, and storage needed to run the most demanding games. For our initial public test with Project Stream in 2018, we delivered up to 1080p 60 frames per second with stereo audio. When Stadia launches, we will have increased performance significantly to support resolutions up to 4K at 60 frames per second. And in the future, we'll be able to stream games in up to 8K resolution. What's even more exciting is that in addition to the stream you get as a player, there is a second simultaneous stream at 4K 60 frames per second that you can choose to to share directly to YouTube from the Stadia data center, meaning your gaming memories will be saved at the highest possible quality. And thanks to fast transfer speeds between the Stadia instances in our data center, our platform can connect instances together to dynamically expand the capabilities along with the need of your games. As a developer, you're used to being forced to tone down your creative ambition that are limited by the hardware. But our vision with Stadia is that the processing resources available will scale up to match your imagination. In this new generation, the data center is your platform. We've partnered with our friends at AMD to build a custom GPU. I'd like to personally thank Dr. Lisa Su, AMD President and CEO, who is here with us today. Lisa and her team helped us design a chip to bring you more than 10 teraflops of power, which we've coupled with a custom CPU to make up a single Stadia instance. And here's how the graphical power of Stadia compares to the top 2 consoles in the market. 10.7 teraflops is more powerful than the top 2 consoles of the previous generation combined. Stadia will be using the Linux operating system and the Open Graphics API, Vulkan. And when it comes to game engines, we have partnered with Unreal, and here's a list of our partners now. And of course, this list will continue to grow over time.
It was important for us to partner with a developer like id so that we could prove, not just to ourselves, but to the entire industry, that our platform is capable of supporting the most demanding titles. The fundamental benefit of our cloud-native infrastructure is that developers will be able to take advantage of hardware and power in ways never before possible. In this video, you can see some comparison points showing the difference between our single GPU and multiple GPUs. And it's a powerful example of what Stadia is capable of. And I'm so excited to see where game developers go with this kind of performance. When we designed Stadia, our goal was to solve many of the pain points that we've heard about from developers. In traditional platforms, the client and server are connected by the unpredictable internet. But with Stadia, that game client and server both remain on Google's networking backbone, resulting in predictable low latency, reliable connectivity, and data security, since no traffic gets exposed to the public internet. What that means is a synchronized state across a very high volume of players, and yes, no cheating and no hacking. With Stadia, our goal is to combine the world of people who play games and the world of people who watch games into one global community. I'm thrilled to announce that Stadia is launching this year, 2019. We will launch first in the US, Canada, the UK, and most of Europe. And we'll be connecting with you again in the summer to share more details on the games you'll get to play at launch and beyond. Thank you very much for gathering around with all of us today. With Stadia, we can all dream bigger, and together build a playground for every imagination. Thank you.